Thank you, Chair. I will deliver my speech in Spanish. Así acostumbramos el oído a Sevilla.
The section on private financing lacks a perspective on gender equality, and I wish to highlight three particularly problematic areas. The creation of a favorable business environment cannot be an excuse for concentrating power and wealth in the hands of a few individuals to the detriment of the real economy and sustaining life. It cannot also be an excuse for multinationals and the wealthy to avoid a fair contribution to a rural well-being. There should be a direct link to fulfillment of human rights and the rights of women and international standards for decent work, gender equality, and building a caring society. The lack of international cooperation in this area exposes the vast majority of the countries of the South to negotiating in disadvantageous circumstances, which has negative consequences in terms of human rights and actually deepens the gender divide. Thirdly, we should be extremely cautious when we promote combined financing and PPPs. These are not a solution for all countries, and in this regard we welcome the comments of South Africa. These are not a solution for all sectors either. Promoting blended financing in areas linked to social reproduction is also particularly problematic. We cannot always cover the needs of society when we call for private financing to cover the deficits in public financing for essential services. The recovery mechanisms actually break down access to services and deepen inequalities in coverage and worsen broader inequalities. Is also very costly for states. It limits the fiscal space that they have. It specifically affects women who are overrepresented in the most vulnerable layers of society economically. Before talking about scalability and replicability of these mechanisms, we must review exhaustively and independently by the United Nations the outcomes in terms of sustainable development and the repercussions of this on work, on tax, and the impact on women and diversity. This would allow us to shed light on how we can apply rigorous governmental regulation to private powers to ensure that these are fully taken into account. The speaker's microphone has been cut off.